Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the vlog. Today we are officially back home. I started to say back to normal life, but we are actually not back to normal life yet. Derek and I are both off until Monday. I have one pet visit today that I'm doing to help a friend out, and then a couple on Sunday, but that doesn't really count. So yeah, we are...
I got my Star Wars run shirt on for May the 4th be with you.
Oh, good idea. But yeah, we drove back last night. After finding out that we were not bringing the baby home, we decided to go to our hometown in Georgia, and we stayed there. We thought we were coming home last Sunday. We ended up staying until Wednesday, which I'm kind of glad that we did. I think that it was good, yeah, for us. We spent time with our families and just had a little bit of time without having to come straight home and unpack the car, because that's always the worst part. That was hard. And thankfully this guy takes up most of the slack of that and goes ahead and takes care of that. I did force myself to carry some stuff back up into the baby room because I felt like it was like ripping a band-aid off, and it would be better for me to just walk through the door yesterday rather than holding off and putting it off. And I'd say we're doing okay. I think that for the most part we've kind of moved on from that particular situation. Yeah. I mean, it's just the emotions that come with it. Right. And I mean, to be honest, the attachment in the relationship, because we spent 3 days with her. That was there, so. Right. Like we said earlier, I wish there was just like a delete key and it would all just be whatever, but I feel like we don't talk about it a lot. Yeah. To each other. Like we don't. Well, I think we don't talk about it because we know there's nothing that we can do to help each other. Like, other than talk to each other, there's nothing that we can do to... I feel like it's better to just not talk about it. Right. Because there's not... It's not like all of a sudden one of us are gonna have some epiphany of like, oh, I can say this and it makes everything go away. Like, right. It just sucks. There, so you have to deal with it your own way, and we deal with things very differently. Right. So, not that it's a bad thing, we just deal with things differently. So, I mean, we're back and we're trying to get, I think one of the things that will help us is to get back to our usual environment as much as possible. Yeah. It's also hard though too, because this was the first time that we had a longer match. With the second match, well, with the first and the second match, they were both over rather quickly within a week or two. And now with this one, it was 2.5 months. Almost 3 months. So it's weird to be back and to be not preparing for something right now. Like, I feel like that's the most odd thing, is going in Target and not going to look in the baby clothes. Right. Or passing Carter's and not thinking, do I have cash to use? Should I go in and look and see what they have? Do I have enough 9-month clothes? Like, that's just, like, Derek's parents wanted to do something with us last week. And for the past, I can't even remember how many times we've gone to visit, that's what we did, is we went baby shopping. Right. And for once, I didn't want to go shopping. I had no need to go shopping. I didn't want to do anything. And so it's just such an odd place to be in, of just not preparing for anything anymore. It's like you just go back to just being us. Right. And that sucks. I mean, no offense, but it's just, it's hard too, because I can't completely disassociate from it because I'm pumping. Right. And so every, 4 times a day, and then whenever I take all of my pills, I'm consciously making an effort and consciously thinking about my future child. It's just, I don't know, it's just such a weird spot to be in. Derek forgot how to vlog. I did. So I haven't held the camera in forever. So we finally got lunch from Blaze Pizza down here at Disney Springs. We love it. It's, I mean, you get to build your own pizza and you can literally put anything on it. And we don't like the same type of pizza most of the time either way. Yeah. So we are, it's such a beautiful day. Yeah. We have got to go do one doggy visit. Yep.
then I think we may go back home and swim.
Yeah.
It's nice and warm.
It's very warm.
And it has been for the past few days, so maybe the water won't be too cold.
Yeah, hopefully.
So I think we're gonna do that. We're gonna go back and swim, and then who knows what we'll get into tonight.
We have, the whole world is at our feet.
Yeah, they've opened way more stores.
Yep.
All right, we'll see you in a little bit.
So it has been several hours since we saw you guys last.
We swam.
We swam. Yeah.
What's swam?
Swam. I don't know.
Swum is a word, and it's the past tense of swimming on Sunday.
Couldn't tell you.
Anyways, we went swimming.
We went swimming. Finished our 1 dog visit. We're now on our way to Magic Kingdom because Wishes, which is their fireworks show, ends on the 11th. And today is the last day that we're going to be able to see it. So we're gonna watch Wishes tonight for the last time, which is a little bit sad because I love Wishes so much. But anyways, so we just got to Magic Kingdom and we are gonna have some fun for the night. You think?
Gonna ride the tram.
What are we doing?
We're getting ready to see Wishes.
We're getting ready to say farewell to Wishes.
And this is fun.
Who was the winner, sir? Who was it?
You were.
You were? No, I am. I'm the winner. 614 to 547. You just couldn't pull it out, could
You
ya?
are a cosmic commando.
I'm a cosmic commando, and Derek is a, well, you're not on there, so. What'd you think? Did you have fun? No. I think we should end the night on a good foot with me winning.
Why?
I think we're gonna head out of Magic Kingdom now. Hopefully the crowds have died down from Wishes ending and the monorail is not 7 hours long.
30 minutes?
Yeah.
You think that's enough?
Fingers crossed. Welcome to a new day / a new night. I think I don't remember the last thing we vlogged. I think it was at Magic Kingdom yesterday.
Probably.
Derek's getting in the fridge for some odd reason. So we had a good time at Magic Kingdom last night. We headed out of the park. It took forever to get back to the car. But such is life when you decide to stay until after the fireworks. Tonight, we are doing something kind of exciting. Took a break from social media after our last failed match, and we did a lot of thinking, and a lot of praying, and a lot of conversing, and kind of decided on a game plan for moving forward. We didn't feel comfortable only staying with the agency we were with.
Right.
I think after your second failed match, you get a little bit desperate and you just want it to be over. And so we have made the decision to sign with a consulting agency. They're called Christian Adoption Consultants. They're someone who we actually looked into and almost signed with a week before we got our last match.
Yeah.
Like, seriously considered it. And then we got the match and we thought, oh, phew, great. I'm glad we didn't pay that money because now it would have been for nothing because we have a match now. So tonight we are getting everything sent in to them. So we have already submitted our application. It has already been approved. We have already paid the fee. And so basically, adoption consultants or a consulting agency, they work with a handful of different agencies or attorneys or law firms. So you're kind of like casting a wider net, I guess.
Right.
They are not an adoption agency. They don't actually match us per se with birth mothers. They match us kind of with agencies and help us in the process of finding a new match through these attorneys or agencies or whatever. We have a lot of friends who have adopted through them and who have been successful on the first try. And the more that I looked, the more I found people that had used them, I think.
Right.
So I hate how you're like not in the shot for the conversation.
I'm very pretty to not either way.
You're always pretty. It was a hard decision to make. It was not a large amount of money. I mean, no. It was a substantial amount of money.
It wasn't like a $20 bill.
Right, but no. So it was a little bit of a tough swallow to pay that, especially since we have had two failed matches. And even though we didn't lose any money from the match itself, we still had travel expenses and hotels and food and taking time off of work for now almost 3 weeks between the two matches. But we just kept feeling like that's what we were supposed to do. We kept seeing signs that were like, this is what you need to do. So we kind of took a leap of faith, I guess, and said, okay, hopefully this turns out.
Right.
So,
and so far it seems like it's
we got the welcome packet. And if you guys have watched any of our videos before, you guys know that I have started, I guess I can't even say I've started the process of breastfeeding or inducing lactation. I am full swing in it now. And in the welcome packet on like the 3rd page was a lactation consultant that they recommend and who works with the CAC. And that was like the biggest neon sign to me of like, this is where you're supposed to be, because with our last agency it was not frowned upon. I don't think it's just not something they talked about, and I feel like it's not something that is talked about in the adoption world very much. So the fact that they advocate for that was huge for me. Like, it's not just something that you would see in any adoption packet.
So it was just like a good sign to start with. I
think so. And we love our consultant. Excuse me. We love our consultant. There have been so many signs with her too. I mean, that she lives literally right down the road from where we grew up. They come to Orlando all the time. Her husband owns a business here, and we're going to meet them in June when they come down to Disney. They're huge Disney fans. It was just like, I felt like once we made the plunge and said okay and we paid the fee and we submitted the application, it was just like confirmation after confirmation of like, this is where you're supposed to be. So with that said, tonight
we've got hours of paperwork.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. I told Derek we thought going with one agency was a lot of work. Going with, I think there's like 8 different ones that we have chosen. One really cool thing about it too is most of the agencies that they work with are in Florida.
Yeah, that's
so we won't even have to leave the
There's
States.
a few of them. I think there's an agency like in Indiana. One in Arizona. But the majority of them are in Florida, which is super cool. So
that would be so amazing, because it would not be very long to travel, and we could come back home instead of waiting for ICPC to clear for 2 to 3 weeks. So that's really, really exciting. So yeah, we have about 2 to 3 weeks. I'm hoping it's on the 2 side. Before we go active or live kind of with them. We have to create a new profile book, and then we have to get our applications into these other agencies that we're going to be going with. Tonight we are submitting, I'm going to try to get all of our pictures done, and we have all of our text done. Well, you have to complete 2 little sections. And then we just scanned in our home study and submitted that. And then it's kind of just waiting on them to finish everything. But anyways, so we're feeling optimistic. We are still active with our current agency right now. Like we kind of said, there were some red flags with this last match that were not brought to our attention, and maybe we're not even under the agency's radar. So we kind of have, I don't want people to think that we're freaking out for nothing and saying, oh, well, we had 2 failed matches, so we just don't trust them anymore.
There were some things that should have been caught that were not caught.
Anyways, this just gives us more options. And I feel very, very confident that when we get a match through these guys, it's going, like, I have zero fear in this. Most people, they have less than a 10% failure rate. Which is huge for us.
That's crazy.
So I'm feeling good. How are you feeling? I'm just impatient. I'm so impatient and so ready to get stuff going and get stuff done. But we wanted to let you guys know about that update since the overwhelming majority of you asked us to keep you filled in on everything instead of just letting you know when the good stuff happens. And thank you for that, because we would love to have your support along the whole way. So anyways, that's what we're doing tonight. We will see you guys again on Wednesday. I am not sure what you will see. I still have not gotten up the courage to go through the footage from our failed match
up there. Yeah.
I am going to have to just suck it up and do it at some point because I want to, but I'm just not ready yet. I still can't look at pictures of baby without crying. So
yeah. And the crappy thing is they're at the bottom of our camera roll. So
yeah, I've been taking pictures like crazy, just trying to fill my camera roll up because I refuse to delete any pictures of her. Because I know one day I will look back on them and just love thinking about the time that we spent together. But right now
it's hard.
It's a little too hard.
So,
but we love you guys. We will see you very soon. Keep us in your thoughts and prayers with this new agency, or this, whatever we want to call them, that everything goes well and that everything gets done quickly. But we will keep you guys updated, and we love you.
Bye guys.
Bye.